Positivity is all coming back from there, that this is not the situation that you want to find yourself in for your entire life. You want to go out, do something better. So yeah. So the pressure is not only on here alone.
Yeah.
So going out and trying whatever that's at least gonna put something on the table. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Dash. Welcome to the KG Real Talk Show, and today I'm joined with the dazzling Miss LUXE finalist.
Hello everyone, my name is Tshekegelo Mphahlele and mostly informed as Miss T, and I'm so happy to be here all the way from Tembisa. Thank you.
It's lovely to have you. You look amazing. And today I just have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Just to get to know more about you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get to know. To start, who is Tshekegelo beyond your titles?
Okay, firstly, I'm a student. I'm studying at the University of Witwatersrand and I'm doing my honors this year. I'm waiting graduations for a Bachelor of Sciences degree in mathematics and corporate finance and investment. So besides that, also I am a startup entrepreneur. I do have many businesses outside from just being a pageant queen. Yeah, just to get me going. I'm a hustler in just in a nutshell.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that saying about
Thank you.
Wow, so you're not just beauty, you're all the rings.
I mean, you gotta get this grade after all, so
Facts.
you can, yeah.
Facts.
So yeah, you can just be focusing on one thing. You try by all means to just balance and try other things as well, because you never know where God is gonna put you after all.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You said you study finance at FITS.
Yes.
I know that must be very, very difficult at times, but what's something that helps you mentally when you struggle with the load of being an entrepreneur, with being a full-time student, with being a pageant girly? What helps your mental health?
You know, at first, one thing I would say is that I got to, every time when I feel like I'm under pressure or something of that sort, sit down and I have to think, meditate, and just ask myself a few questions. Why am I doing this after all? Because I think that's the one thing that keeps me going. Looking at my background, that, you know what, I can't just sit and do nothing. Obviously, those pots need something to eat in them. You know, that table needs something on top so we can sleep with full stomach. So every time I get to understand and reflect on my journeys, where I have studied, where I come from, and you know what, you can't just give up now. You have to keep going, because at the end of the day, this is your life, you chose it, and you need to manage it, balance it, try by all means. You can't just let things stutter around, because now you feel like I'm so pressured and stuff like that. So the one thing that keeps me going is my journey backward from back at home keeps me going, because I definitely don't want to go back there. So that's one thing that keeps me going straight and pushing me that, you know what, you got this, just keep on going. Yeah.
But what keeps up this positive attitude? It seems like it's a chain reaction. Like you just always have a positive attitude.
Definitely. I think it's, you know, when you grow up and you grow up with, let me say, I wouldn't say I'm depending on one parent, but I have my dad, who's like hasn't been working for like over 20 years, and now he's old, and my mom is just working that job. She's working at school as a cleaner, you know. So obviously that motivates me that, you know what, you can't just relax. So the motivation comes back from the fact that you need to get out of this situation.
Yeah.
So the positivity is all coming back from there, that this is not the situation that you want to find yourself in for your entire life. You want to go out, do something better. So yeah.
True. You're inspiring me. I could listen to you talk all day. I really could. But coming from your background, what's something that you feel like really shaped you? Like in that moment, you knew that this is something that I don't want to have for the rest of my life. What was that point of your life? What happened? What was your light?
Okay, I would say how my mom is so much struggling to provide for a family of four alone. Mentioned that my dad is not working and he hasn't been working for a very long time. So that thing made me, you know what, um, this is how you need to shape up your own future, because at some point we can't be like seeing my mom struggling so much to provide for all of us. Like at some point I want to step out and say, you know what, let me help her, you know. So the pressure is not only on her alone. So going out and trying whatever that's at least gonna put something on the table, you get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I
the thing.
agree. So it seems like you came from a big woman empowerment, woman independent household, and you really said, it's my time to shine.
Yeah.
So how are you going to use that with this title?
Okay, firstly, it's very much important. What I'm gonna do firstly, it's make people aware, more like raise awareness about what the impact of learning how to be independent, standing out, being courageous to be firm at all time. It's very much important because we have a lot of young girls and boys out there who are not that confident in themselves, and they can't just stand firm by who they are, and you know, mostly following the crowd and everything like that. So I would like to raise awareness to make people aware that actually you can do it. Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter your background, regardless of anything that's bunging, as long as you set your face straight to what you want to do
100%.
and your price on the back, you're good to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I love to hear it.
Thank you.
So if I'm not wrong, your advocacy is youth entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Encouraging. Why do you feel like it's important for the youth to be entrepreneurs though?
Okay. Firstly, I think like we are more focused on the education part as a nation, but we're forgetting that other people, we are not, like all of us, we're not really gifted towards the academics.
True.
So at least if there's something like you focusing besides the academics, focusing on something outside there as you grow up. I think it starts at a very young age. For example, I'll say with me, you know, I started being a hairdresser at when I was doing grade 2 or 3, somewhere
Oh
there.
my word.
Yeah. So you grow up with it. You grow up with it. So I think if like we educate our youth that actually it's not only about education, but if we move to other side, maybe you can find that you have strength in certain things, strength in selling, strength in what can I say? Strength, like you have your strength not only focused on your academics, because I feel like we pressure the youth of today that education, and some of the people we are not that mentally gifted to can pursue in the education journey. But I feel like with entrepreneurship, it's something that you can start and say, you know what, let me try this. Am I gonna win with it? Okay, you start little by little, obviously. I ended up selling acha at school when I was doing my matric. I was selling acha at school. So because it's something that grew up, and I learned that okay, it means I can make a living with this.
Yeah.
I don't have to depend on something that I'm not sure if I'm
100%.
destined to have it or not. At least with this, I can push something with it. I can make a living. I can at least, if my parents don't have money for lunchbox, I know I got myself.
Yeah.
Because you know what, I go out, I do those many
It's
things.
one less stress for them.
Yes, you know.
I get it.
So yeah. So the moment I advocate for entrepreneurship rights and youth entrepreneurship rights, because I feel like we got it in ourselves to can do it. So if you feel like
100%.
something is not working out for you, move out, try something new. The entrepreneurship field, it's very broad. There's a lot of things that you can do. Looking at the way we are so developed technically, technologically, like there's a lot of things that you can do. You can always advertise your businesses on social media. They get so much influence there,
Views.
So yeah, that's why I feel like the youth of today should look more into entrepreneurship because it's very much broad and does create opportunities rather than just sitting and feeling like there's nothing that you can do with your life. Yeah,
100%. And in what way would you influence, teach? How are you going to spread your word? How are you going to teach them your ways? And like, what's your idea?
Okay, firstly, I would love to have like workshops, kind of visiting schools, where there is like a lot of youth there, they are dominating places like that. So visiting schools as well, because I feel like maybe having a talk, you see those kind of talks, inviting people who are in the entrepreneurship thinking field, to give them a bit of a picture of how does it look like, how is it so much helpful, like you get me. So I would like to have such drives where we just go around visiting, doing workshops, spreading the word about it in shopping centers, you get me, pamphlets to distribute, ideas on how to start your own business, having such influential people coming to talk with the youth of today, and care centers, you can. That's how I'm planning out to spread the word out there that you can do it. Let's look into the entrepreneurship thing and see how it's gonna take us from one step to another.
Yeah. So I did wanted to ask, congratulations on becoming a finalist for Miss Lux.
Thank you.
Holding hands, fingers crossed, everything for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm actually a youth entrepreneur advocate myself. So it's great for you to talk about this. It's great to hear it from you. It's very insightful, sharing your background and stuff like that. I just want to know, what piece of advice would you give somebody who wants to become an entrepreneur but doesn't necessarily have the means to? They don't have the money to start it up. What's their first steps? What are the steps to take?
Firstly, I would like to say, start with what you have. Use what you have. The little steps that you're gonna take, eventually they'll come up together to building something big. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey. So firstly, what you need to do is do a research about what you want to venture in. Make sure that you know what is it that is needed. What's your target market in terms of that? How far are you gonna be able to access the resources for you to build on what you wanna build? And after that, I think research is the most important foundation for you. You need to have that. That's the first thing that you need to do, so that you don't start something that won't have an impact afterwards, and you feel like this is not working. I shouldn't have done this. I should just leave this. Have a clear background of what you want to do. Research about it. Make sure your foundation is very firm, so that when you stand, you don't even collapse.
Okay. That's great. That helps a lot, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, it does.
I would just like to let everyone know that our queen here has been modeling since 2018. That is a really long time to be modeling.
It has.
How has the industry shaped your life through all these years?
Oh goodness, I have a lot. I can write a book about this industry. Honestly,
I would read it. I would read it. Yes, I would.
I should consider it, actually. So in 2018, it started in 2018. It was late 2018. So what happened is, I had a friend of mine that did modeling, and I was never exposed to that kind of a living, and I would only see it there and there, but it was never in my thoughts or in my mind that actually you can go for this. So when it happened, it's just like my friend approached me. She was like more of a coach by then. She was like, "Hey girl, it was just a question, what do you think about modeling?" And I was like, "Okay, what do I think about modeling?" She's like, "Yeah, what do you think about modeling?" Like, Modeling isn't like walking in hills. Is that what you mean? She's like, yes, that. I'm like, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm like, okay. She's like, come tomorrow. Come with your heels and let's see what you think about it. That's what I did. Following day, I came, I went with my heels, and then I started working, and I was like, okay, this sounds. At first, it was exciting, like, because at that time I had nothing to do. I used to be a netball player, but I stopped. And then at that time, I had nothing to do. I was like, okay, maybe this will be a hobby or something of that time. And then we started doing it, doing it, doing it. So at first, like, with modeling, you can't even, if you're not strong at talking, like for example, having this conversation, you become like you become you have that less of a confidence to stand in front of people and talk. So I used to be one of those people. I couldn't talk. Like,
Really?
I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk. I would just stand in front, even in class, for example, in class, oral sessions. I would wait for everyone to present, and I would be standing there. The teacher would even say, "You will present in my staff room," because I couldn't talk in front of people. So modeling, when I started I did not have that much of a confidence to stand in front of people and articulate whatever that I want to articulate. So right now I'm able to stand so firmly, so bold, with confidence to even talk and never end talking. Like I can never finish talking because I can talk. So I think it brought my confidence. Like it made me the person that I am today. Because if you were to say, Tshekegelo, do this and that, I'll stand up with confidence, even though I don't know where to start or what to do with it. But I'm always willing to learn, because at some point I felt like modeling needs you to be willing to learn for in order for you to get where you want to be. So I always had that space for me to see, just be open for anything new that's gonna come on your way. If you're not sure of it, be willing to learn about it so you get to know it. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Would you encourage other girls to do modeling?
Definitely, definitely. I would actually encourage them from a very young age, because I feel like if you go with it, by the time you are our age, you're already mastering all these aspects of life. Because remember, it's not only about you working on stage. There is so many things that that are attached to modeling. There is your community services. There is your marketing skills. But when you start it at a young age, you get to grow up and be this confident person. You're sure of what you do. You're so much and not shakeable. Like you can stand firm in who you are. You are very much courageous. Like you have that self confidence in you. Self esteem, peer pressure will not see anything on you.
I can definitely see it did a very big difference. If you're telling me you can't talk and now you're having this conversation with me, and I've never even
proud
had
of myself. Hey, I couldn't.
I'm proud of you too. I'm proud of you
Thank
too.
you.
You've come a long way, starting at a very hard starting point, as you said. I mean, it can't ever be easy on your mental health. I'm sure it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Did you struggle with mental health at all? I'm sure you did.
I did, but I wouldn't say that was too much on me, because I think the one thing that prevented a lot of mental distress and everything was my family supporting me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Because
very
if
good.
I did not have that support system, who knows, maybe by now I would have given up then. So, but because I had that supportive system, at first, it's always going to be that first thing. When you introduce something new in the family, obviously there are going to be a lot of questions raised on it. Are you sure of that? What do they need? Those things. But then when you start sitting down with your family and you try to explain to them, this is what's gonna happen, and they're like, okay. They first attended my first pageant, ne? And then the second, it didn't go well. Obviously, first pageant.
Yeah.
It didn't go well. But then the next one, they're like, you know what? You got this. And then my parents came on my first pageant. Then they started coming every day. Every day. You need something, they are here. You need something, they are here. You need something, they are here. So I think on the mental side, it wasn't as much, The only problem that on your first pageant, when you feel like,
nerves.
you're so scared. Oh man, it's gonna be your first time on stage. You see other ladies, they look stunning, and you're like, do I even qualify to be here? You start asking yourself so many questions.
You downplay yourself
a lot. And then I was like, okay. After that pageant, I was actually happy that I had to go through that I had to experience the first time on stage, because remember, there's always the first time for everything.
Yeah.
So I was so happy for that. So yeah,
Mine was terrible. I almost fell off the stage. Our stage was very skinny and slippery, and I was like, oh. Anyway, so I know exactly what you mean. So if you win, when you win this title, what are you going to use the platform for?
Thank you.
It's a big platform.
When I win, I receive the blessings. So when I win this title, it's gonna be more than just a title for me. It's gonna be a very much of too personal. It's a rebound. I forgot to mention that I have taken a break. I'm from a break, 2 years break of not being on stage.
Oh
yeah.
God,
So
the comeback
this
is
my
real.
comeback.
The comeback is
So
serious.
this is my comeback. So I'm gonna, as I've said, that I advocate for entrepreneurs' rights. So I'm gonna use this platform to raise my voice, so that so that I can reach out to those who were not able to speak up for themselves. Looking at the fact, one, I would like to quote from a phrase that says, customers are always right. That phrase has killed and has made people undervalue and mistreat business owners at some point, because their views are not heard, just because customer is always right? So I would like to use this platform to raise up to that, that at some point we need to look at both sides. What happened between the customer and the entrepreneur?
Yeah, you need to look at the middleman.
Yeah, because I feel like mostly they are being underrated because of that. Because whatever that the customer says, without doing a background research of what actually happened and whatever the situation they might be facing at that moment. So I'll use this platform to raise my voice, to reach out to those who have been so silent for a very long time, that they couldn't speak up to themselves because of that normalized phrase of entrepreneurs and customers. Because as much as customers are important, entrepreneurs' rights, respect, integrity, it's also it does also matter. That I think we don't look at that at most points. We overlook at it. So I think this platform, I would use it to reach out to those people who have been silent for a very long time. That you know what, you can speak up for yourself. Let's stand, let's shout, let's be audible, let's be reachable, so that people can also know the side of our stories, that what articulated between the two people. You get me?
Yeah, I do. 100%. Apart from winning Miss Lux, what's another pageant that's, I would say, your dream pageant to win one day?
My
dream pageant to win. It's like Miss World, Miss South Africa, Miss Universe.
What's my dream pageant? I wouldn't say I have a specific dream pageant to win, but obviously I would say I would love to see myself go overseas to represent South Africa in one of the biggest pageants. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I can't wait. This was a very insightful session. It was honestly a pleasure to meet you, and I hope this is not the last time I'm speaking to you. I hope your pageant goes extremely well. I can't wait to see you win the title with that beautiful crown on your head.
Thank you so much.
This has been the KG Real Talk Show with our beautiful guest,
Tshekegelo Mphahlele,
the Miss Lux finalist.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.